Hello everybody, welcome to MJ Yaks Movies. Today I'll be yakking the film Chopping Mall, directed by Jim Wynorski from 1986. In this movie, a security company develops security guard robots of sorts, which a mall purchases. And for those that are young or unfamiliar, malls are places that used to be very popular and people used to hang out at. The mall purchases 3 of the robots. The night of their launch, there's an electrical storm which strikes the mall, thus frying the computer that controls the robots, and they go awry. So no longer do they just want to detain, they would like to detain and murder anybody they deem as being somebody who's not supposed to be in the mall after hours. At the same time that all this is happening, a bunch of teens are having a party of sorts. And by the way, I say teens, but really they look like they're in their mid to late 20s. Are having a party in a furniture store that one of the teens' uncles owns. Also, some of the teens work at it. All of the teens work in the mall, basically. After a janitor is initially murdered by one of the robots, one of the security guard robots, one of the teens goes to go for some smokes, which at this time were sold in a vending machine inside the mall. He is murdered by one of the robots as well, and from there, all the other teens go on the run from these murderous robots. Chaos ensues, mayhem ensues, and eventually the only 2 teens remaining standing are the nerd couple from early on. And then they ride off into the sunset. So, this is a fun little 80s kind of horror movie. I don't think it's that horror-filled, but there is a little bit of gore, so perhaps for you it is. This has a great score. I think the percussive score of this is surprisingly memorable. As I mentioned earlier, the teens in this movie, and by the way, of the actors, I did not recognize any of them, so I really can't speak to any of their other work. Of the teens in this movie, they all appeared to be in their mid to late 20s. Were questionable decisions made by the teens along the way on the run from the robots? Of course. Had none of them apparently ever seen an episode of BattleBots, in part because the show didn't exist at the time? Yes, because the answer to how to defeat these, specifically these killer robots, is to just topple them over and maybe hit them with a fire hose. Also, they could have probably just pulled a fire alarm early on, and that would have also solved all of the problems. Anyways, for me, between yay, nay, and in between, this one is pretty short, although it does drag a bit. Honestly, it should have been a little quicker. It's 77 minutes. It should have maybe been 55. For me, between yay, nay, and in between, provided that you like silly 80s teen horror, this is a definite yay. But you know what? Maybe you are a killer robot and you don't like seeing your brethren taken down, in which case this will be a nay for you. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe. Cheers.